This time we do have one more hearing, but before we go into the final hearing, I do have a statement. It's a joint statement drawn up by Mr. Creedon, and the whole full board has joined in issuing this joint statement of the Barnstable Zoning Board of Appeals. It is with deep disappointment and serious concern for the future of our town that this board has found it necessary to announce its following decision and to issue its official statement of reasons therefor. In deference to and respect for the applicants scheduled to be heard this evening, effective immediately following the remainder of the hearings scheduled tonight, the following regular and associate members of the Zoning Board of Appeals announce their resignation: Dan Creedon, Sheila Geiler, James Hatfield, Ron Jansen, Gail Nightingale, and John Norman. These resignations are tendered for the following reasons. Recent developments in this town's governance have made it readily apparent that, in stark contrast to the appreciation and gratitude that many citizens of the town of Barnstable have expressed to members of this and other multi-member boards for their hours of dedication and volunteerism, there is currently within this town a definite, demonstrated, and concerted lack of gratitude or appreciation for the volunteer efforts of current and past members of this board. Recent events have made it readily apparent that there is and has been a concentrated effort to manipulate this board to serve a purely political agenda on more than one level. Rather than respecting the integrity and independence of this board and allowing it to function as the people of the town of Barnstable intended, free from political pressure and manipulation, deciding each petition that comes before it on its merits, without consideration for or deference to the political or private interests of any one person or group of people, it has become apparent that certain people within the current governance of this town would transform this board into a political pawn to be manipulated and coerced to serve their own political agenda. Recent events have illustrated a less than transparent effort to manipulate the jurisdiction, decision-making, and most recently, the composition of this board. While the board recognizes and acknowledges the appointment authority of the town council, when associate members who have persevered, serving their time as associates and gaining important and indispensable experience in the process, are passed over for inexperienced neophytes in their stead, without any apparent regard or gratitude for the hard work, dedication, or sacrifices of those associate members and their families, a response such as this is warranted. Failing to acknowledge those associate members with promotions to available full membership seats for their hard work and dedication to a process that is essential to the proper functioning of the town is insensitive, inconsiderate, disrespectful, and just plain wrong. More importantly, for the people of the town of Barnstable, however, these recent developments have laid bare a much more disturbing development within the governance of this town. It is now quite clear that the integrity of this board may have been compromised. As a result, the people of our town will suffer the negative consequences of a multi-member board that can no longer operate independently of the political pressures that it and all the other multi-member boards and committees within the town were designed to be free of. Central to the proper functioning of these boards is a democratic concept of a number of different people from different perspectives, experiences, and backgrounds, representative of the diverse nature of our town, participating in a decision-making process on the merits of those matters that come before it, free from outside influence or political manipulation or concerns. Now, with the recent efforts within the town to manipulate, control, and influence the functioning of this board in more ways than one, the built-in check and balance provided by this board's place within the structure of the town's local government has been destroyed. The people of this town should take note. The Zoning Board of Appeals of the town of Barnstable is no longer an independent body free to decide petitions on their merits, but rather, due to outside forces now being exerted upon it, it is being forced to function under the control and influence of those individuals intent on changing it. To the incoming members, the outgoing members wish them good luck in the task before them. The rules have now been changed in a profound and fundamental way, which will make your jobs infinitely more difficult than they have ever been before. To the people of our town, please take note. Your right to a democratic governance with the intrinsic safeguards provided by its built-in checks and balances has suffered a fundamental and serious blow. Newly appointed members Laura Schufelt and Nick Atzlis do not join in this statement. In accordance with town regulations, these resignations will be submitted officially to the town clerk tomorrow morning. Again, in deference to those applicants whose petitions have been heard and whose decisions are awaiting execution by the chair, my resignation will become effective in 2 weeks to allow me an opportunity to sign these pending decisions. I don't feel it's fair to the public for me to resign as of tomorrow, because it does take the 2 weeks to sign these decisions, and I feel, in fairness to the petitioners, that these decisions should be signed.
Gail, I would just say one thing for the record, just to correct the record. That statement was put together with the input and collaboration of all the members of the board, so I'm not taking authorship credit for it.
Thank you.
That's correct.